welcome everybody to the Orion Drift VRML Pioneer Cup North America Day 1 plus 1. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's. I am joined by Velocity and Finto this afternoon. Finto, how are you feeling today? It's a great EU start to the day, and now we're getting ready for NA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling great. It's been action-packed already. We saw EU kick off the day. Ivy took the victory in that, beating out Cold in that finals best of 7.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely amazing to watch. But now we've got the big NA, 150 teams showing up today to compete in a very similar tournament, although this is, well, technically the first day, well, plus 1, as you say.
Yeah, we had some technical issues on day 1, but I mean, Velocity, how are you feeling? We get to finally get back into the action, cast a bunch of games hopefully today, 6-7 rounds maybe. I mean, it's going to be a long day of NA back and forth.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this moment. I mean, I want to see these teams compete. Hopefully we see some aggressiveness and good defense and unselfishness, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, passing a key element, Finto. If we do pull out some of the replays from EU, you'll see some great back and forth from squads like Ivy, Jim's Drifters, you know, a bunch of really good, solid teams within the EU region. Oh, Jim's Drifters OCE, sorry. Ivy Cold, sorry, that was the one I was thinking of. And others within this EU region that really had fantastic defense. That's what stood out maybe first and foremost to me, Finto. I don't know what you thought about it, but just tons of in-goal saves that were so fun to watch because I feel like that's maybe one of the harder things to do.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, as we saw the pack thin and the teams get closer and closer together in skill. So as we got closer and closer together in skill, I mean, the teams just got so much more defensive, as you say, so many more shots on target towards the goal that were just saved with some absolutely brilliant saves. Yeah, it was amazing to see, and that teamwork come into play a lot more as we got higher up the ranks.
Yeah, like you said, Velocity, the pass work going to be something that I think is going to stand out the most is that they'll separate these teams because we're talking about 4v4, you know, and oftentimes these teams haven't had a ton of experience or even maybe just limited time to scrim and practice on this build. I mean, what's, you know, the size of the arena, the goal, what stands out to you the most in the 4v4 build that's different?
I mean, the smaller goals, I mean, that's a big, outstanding performance for these teams. It's going to be way harder for them to get shots off, and especially aiming for the smaller goals, so that's why they have to have such good ball movement and all sorts of units like that.
Yeah, and as lobbies populate, we'll just zip around, check in on who is going to play. We have, again, I think upwards of 50 games getting played live right now. Obviously, we're only able to cast 3 at a time. We can't clone ourselves and replicate out to 50 people. But yeah, it is a lot of matches getting played out this afternoon and a lot of options for us to jump in to a lot of different games. I'm thinking maybe Mockingjays versus Vortex Soul. We also have Spikers versus Planet Seekers, and they are almost full as well. So a lot of games to choose from. Again, today there are 50-something games. We have 3 live streams going at the same time, all of which you can tune into, check out, and watch on the VRML network. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. We really would appreciate the support. It means a lot to us, and you know, it all goes towards growing the VR esports space. You know, I think the network is something that we've only recently done within the VRML, but it's an effort to centralize all VR esports into one channel that you can really kind of find any VR esports action you want. So to have Orion Drift added in, Finto, is a welcome add because we've been waiting a long time for a game like this to come back in to the competitive scene.
Yeah, for sure. And we really are seeing a lot of support show up, you know, just for these early days tournaments. Of course, you know, we do have a lot coming up soon. First of all, this is the Pioneer Cup taking place this weekend, maybe stretching out a bit longer to accommodate for North America here. Following that, we do have the Ignition Cup. That is going to be May 31st, June 1st. And then the Phoenix Invitational, the big, I mean, that's where it all leads up to. Do you want to tell us a bit about that, Nightfire?
Yeah, the Phoenix Invitational, something that I'm obviously looking forward to and I'm planning a long time for, and is our big live in-person event. Well, actually, the Invitational leading up to the in-person event. It's an open invitational if you are one of the teams that qualifies in through that invitational, then you get to go and play live on stage. And I do have to cut myself off because I do want to make sure that I'm not missing any action, because we do have games that are playing live right now. We did just have one start, so we might as well jump a little bit late into it. We'll figure out the team names here in a second as we do get into round number 1 of our first game in round 2. Already 2 goals have been scored by blue team. I do believe this is, we'll check quick, Face versus Empire NA. We'll figure out which team is on what side, but a good opening for, I think it's Empire NA on the blue side.
No, I believe that's Face on the on the blue side. Purple colored names. Yeah, kick it off.
And excellent. We're into round 1, Finto. As we do dive into the action. Velocity, a nice little dribble down on the bottom floor into the sewers, and we're battling for contention. Already 2 goals scored on this red goal, and a nice bit of work from Professor to work that one out into the corner.
Looks like Purple's take possession of the ball here. They're being very aggressive right now. They're being very pushy. They're punching each other. It's like Purple goes for a pass that nest. They're going back towards middle. Good ball movement here. He goes on right bridge. He passes towards middle and he gets punched. It looks like Purple's fighting for the ball here. They're going on the right side. They clear ball downfield. It's on the right side, near right corner. It looks like Purple having the ball here.
Yep, just waiting now as Professor Blue in the corner, trying to scoop it up so they can threaten that front side of the face goal. Again, that 2-point lead ringing true in the back of Empire's mind. A nice cross there and a good goalie push out from Crew to disrupt that attempt on goal. You love to see that aggressiveness in defense, Velocity.
Yeah, it's very aggressive defense here. I like how both of these teams are fighting for the ball, wanting to get this goal off, trying to win this match. It looks like Professor is going for the ball here.
Ooh.
Two members of the purple team is fighting for the ball. Frosty has possession of the ball on right side. He throws a pass to himself off the wall. Look, Purple is going for the ball here. It's near sewers. They hit it out of sewers on left side. It looks like Vander is going for the ball. He passes to himself. He gets punched by Orange. It looks like he clears the ball downfield. It looks like
Donuts indeed, and a goal from Face. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and a bit of time to try and find that, but Face, yeah, great pass off there, good coordination, good possession to hold on to that ball, find the gap, and find that goal. I believe they're holding the lead at the moment.
Yeah, 3-0 lead as they try to get the setup to push in on Empire NA. They have yet to lock in their first point on the red side, and CJ the caster with a full clear down gets tackled out by Crew, knocked out of the hands in the corner by the Damon, and they're going to try and squirrel their way up along the side, work their way up for a nice cross to Frosty. No, gets knocked into the corner, and Damon's going to go back, and they're going to contend for the ball in the corner. A little bit of a reset from Crew here as midfield is where we trade back and forth. And a missed pass from Hybe. Damon tries to go up for the intercept, forces the pass to the bottom corner, and we just wait for the setup from this face squad who's looking to tack on a 4th point in their lead right now. And the top shot, no, a little bit wide.
Looks like CJ the caster has the ball here. He throws the ball up towards middle. It looks like Hippie has the ball on left side, on left bridge actually. He passes towards middle. He gets a good pass in. He tries to go for the shot, and it's very high. Like the aggressive defense here. Mr. MP Donuts here has the ball on right bridge. He gets tackled. Frosty goes for the ball. They're being very aggressive for the ball here. Looks like Purple tries to pass the ball to themselves. Professor is fighting for the ball. He throws the ball up in the air to himself. He's going down
there.
middle.
That is round over. So game goes to Face. We tuned in just a minute late on our first round in this best of 5. But we do apologize for a little tech hiccups here and there. But Face do take round number 1 in this best of 5 between Empire and A on the red side. And it felt kind of to me, Finto, like Face just had a tough start there with those, or Empire had a tough start with those 2 really early goals.
Yeah, for sure. Face came in there pretty strong, pretty dominant. They held really good possession for most of that game, and they really just didn't let Empire NA out of their own half for a lot of that, playing a really good attacking game, keeping that pressure. Just keep chipping away at that goal, and eventually you'll find the gaps, you'll find those chances, and take that win 3 points up.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love the aggressive defense there. I mean, both teams were fighting for the ball. I mean, it was a tough match for both teams, but the defense was on point that round.
Absolutely. No mercy coming in our first round. We'll see how round 2 shakes up as we get ready to dive back into the action. We appreciate everybody stopping by, hanging out, tuning in, and enjoying the back and forth for the start of round 1 here in this North American Swiss bracket. We expect 6 games at least to be played on stream here. 6 best of 5s, likely a lot more. As this first goal comes in, no, Hybe gets interrupted by Professor and some good solid defense on the back line.
Should I say off their toes?
Very aggressive defense there. It looks like Frexy is going for the ball. He throws the ball downfield towards Professor. Professor misses the ball. It looks like Orange is fighting for the ball. Frexy goes for the ball. He passes the ball towards middle for Purple. Purple has an open... Never mind. That was the wrong side. My fault there. Looks like Purple is taking ball downfield. He's going for a shot. And that was an amazing goal.
And a nice little reset for Hibier there. He took that back. He took a minute to think, and he made a solo run across the field and finds that first goal for FaceFace. A great way to kick it off.
Love to see it as Damon. Ooh, another intercept. Hybe. Uh-oh. Finta.
Long shots.
Back-to-back goals.
Yeah, and once again from Hibier, just taking advantage of that open goal there from Empire NA. You've got to worry about their defense, where that defensive defense is gone now if they're leaving goals open like that.
Yeah, and you can see Hybe trying to get up into the face of this offense on the rollout. A nice pass over to Crew. Empire NA looking to put their first point on the board. A good up the top shot to the corner. No, gets deflected off. The follow-up from Blue doesn't go in, and just in front of the goal velocity, a near miss from Empire NA.
Looks like Hype is going for the ball here. They're both being very aggressive for ball. They clears ball downfield. It looks like Frexy goes for the ball in middle, and it gets hit by Vander. CJ the Castle goes for the ball, and Frexy clears the ball downfield. Looks like they're being very aggressive for the ball. Purple's taking the ball downfield. Good dribbling here. Looks like he hits a achy pass down the court there. Mr. P Donuts is taking the ball left side. He passes towards Nez. Looks like he's an open shot, and he scored.
Ooh. With 3 minutes on the clock now to go, FaceFace finds their third, and it's a great passing goal. They just sit around, take their time, but with some great coordination, they find that gap.
You love to see the alley-oop up to the top for the goal. And an intercept from Vader. That's going to sting. The wall carve keeps them in line for the goal shot. Nobody's at home as Professor Blue drops back just in time, but it doesn't matter. Shot still goes in. A beautiful juke.
Yeah, and there we go. The teamwork is great when it comes in, but sometimes you need a nice little solo run to put the cherry on top. 4 goals for FaceFace as we go into the second half.
Hippie trying to get the side control.
Looks like Hippie is taking ball towards Ness. Down middle. He's looking for a shot, and it gets deflected by Damon. Looks like Damon's taking the ball down court. Good dribbling here on left side. Looks like it's a 1v1 moment in goal, and it gets deflected by CJ the Caster. Good interception there. Looks like Purple is clearing ball downfield. They're trying to find the ball here. Purple has the ball in sewers. It gets deflected by Frexy. Good defense there by Orange. Looks like Orange lost possession of the ball.
Really nice defense down in the sewers. That intercept key to get the ball into Crew's hands. The pass over to Damon doesn't quite work out. They try to go for the cross, but Hibby with a nice intercept scoops it up, rotates over to the side, does some great bit of carving. A beautiful pass to CJ. The cross back up to Hibby, and the stop just in time to slam it in.
And showcasing the importance of position, just ready for the rebound, even though the miss came in from their teammate. They were there, they were ready, and they finished off that goal.
Looks like Professor has ball right here on right bridge. He's trying to find a position he's going to take on this pass. It hits top of the net. I'm mistaken. Mr. P Donuts here has ball on men. He clears ball downfield. It looks like Orange is going here for the interception. They get an interception and he loses ball because Purple punches him. Professor has ball here. It gets stolen by Purple. Hypey has possession of the ball right here. He gets punched. Orange takes possession back. He throws it in the air. Orange has possession. Good dribbling downfield. He clears ball downfield. Purple gets possession back on right side. It looks like he's going to dribble the ball down, trying to get a good look here for a pass. Looks like he passes towards middle, and he shoots and he scores with a wide open goal.
Yeah, finds that mercy, and that's just great for the FaceFace momentum and confidence. They are now match points. Finding the mercy on the second one and a very dominant first one. Either way, this is looking good for FaceFace.
Yeah, really nice opening sequence from them. And you look at the match clips and highlights, I think it stands out to me, Velocity, is all of the pass work. Really nice teamwork and connecting together to find these goals. We only saw maybe one solo effort come in from Hibby there to score a point, but ultimately it felt like it was a lot of good teamwork.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I gotta love the selfishness. I meant the unselfishness. Sorry for that mistake there. Yeah, I mean, they was very aggressive on defense as well. They just got a lot of open looks there. I mean, that's a good look for a team that gets a mercy, especially in the Pioneer Cup. NA, with as many teams as there are, I mean, there's a lot of good teams out here, so a good mercy is always a good look.
It is a thick amount of competition, like you said, over a lot of teams in NA, 50 games getting played out. That means over 100 teams. As we get ready to dive into round 3, we'll see if Empire NA can put a point on the board or a round on the board for round number 3 and keep this best of 5 alive.
Looks like Hypey has ball on left side. He's going towards Nest. The ball goes under Nest, and that was a little mistake, but it's all good. They still have possession of ball back. They throw it towards middle. Looks like Purple still has ball on left side. He passes to himself off left bridge. Left side, he goes ball towards middle, and it gets hit right near the goal. I mean, they almost had a good look there.
Look at that replay there. You see a great denial as Hibby's rotating around, scooping up some boosts, looking for the play forward, but the geometry on the corner of the sewer disrupts their play. The ball goes up a little higher than they intended, and it slows down their efforts on their rotation around up to that goal. The shot gets denied pretty easily. Invader able to recollect the ball to keep the pressure going. No, fumbles it. Frosty's there to get the tackle, keep the pressure on in the midfield.
Like CJ the Caster has the ball right here on the right side. He's trying to get a good look to his teammate. His teammate does catch the ball. He's on the bridge right now, right here. He's going towards middle with that open goal, and then he barely misses a little high right there. It looks like Donuts has possession of ball right here. Trying to think of a moment he's gonna take here. Looks like Orange now has ball back on left side. It looks like they're being very aggressive, trying to fight for the ball here. It's a 2v1 right there on the right side. Vader now has ball with the open goal.
Uh-oh.
What happened? Something technical difficulties here.
Seems like it.
Oh no.
But I still hear everything, and my stream is good, so we are going to go ahead and hit the post game. We very well could be overloading things at this point with this game. You know, we've tried yesterday with 50-plus games getting played at the same time. We're now doing it again with NA. It's awesome to see, Finto. It's a good problem to have. So many teams that you're exhausting servers. I don't know if that is the case. Maybe it's on my end. I'll do my best to do a restart and see if I can come back in and people are still playing, and we'll see if we can get back in to what was a pretty solid performance from FaceFace so far.
Yeah, I think there's much worse complaints to have than too many teams. You need to keep in mind this new 4v4 game mode is experimental, and this is the first of many VRML events to come, you know, which I'm looking forward to. This is, you know, I guess we do see this one as for ironing out these issues and experimenting a bit. If you have this kind of feedback for VRML, for the developers, another axiom, then just hop in any of the discords and find the, you know, the relevant channels and then
yeah, it
say
does
your
look
piece.
like that NA2 server had some issues, so we'll see if it reconnects and we continue on with more games. We may jump to a new game if everything still is in order, so do bear with us as we double check things. But for now, yeah, we are just trying to set all of our matches up. So maybe somebody started before they weren't supposed to, Finto. Maybe we were getting ahead of ourselves on these matches going, but it does look like we might have some new matches set up here in this lobby. I'm not quite sure what happened. But either way, we appreciate everyone's patience, and we appreciate you waiting around for any tech issues that we do run into like this. We may go to a brief break, and when we come back, we'll jump in to the matchup. I actually do see Empire and FaceFace here for their matchup again, so we could go back to that to see if Empire scoops up a goal, but we'll patiently wait to see how these teams end up starting, which teams are going to start first, and then we will dive into the action. So don't go anywhere. Stream 2 will resume. I do believe everyone else is still okay, so check out streams 1, 3. I think those streams should be live with games and content, so do go over there. But for now, just hang tight. We do appreciate your patience. We'll be right back with more action in a moment.
Prepare to
Only
start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Go.
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2-way.
Match point. Prepare to
Only
start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Go.
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2-way.
Match point. Prepare to
Only
start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody reinforce?
Go.
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2K.
Match point.
Oh, camera.
Welcome back, everybody, to the action here as we get ready to dive into a different game. It's Overpowered versus Eclipse, with OP on the red side and Eclipse on the blue, and we get ready to kick off round number 3, we're guessing. We don't quite know the rounds played, since we did have a server-wide crash, so some teams restarted rounds, other teams just kept the scores from past rounds, but otherwise, we should be through with this first round of this Swiss bracket relatively soon. But we're tuning in to a interesting back and forth so far. I was tuning in before we got to this round, and it did seem like it was a pretty good back and forth between these two teams as OP trying to get set up for the push and can't quite find the ball through the goal. That smaller goal, like you said, Velocity, tough to get in sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's a very struggle. I mean, it's very different from the 3v3 side, and I gotta say, a lot of teams have probably practiced on that side for a long time now. But here we go for almost all players fighting for the ball here. It's like it's like an attack. Looks like Pink's going for the ball there. Purple has ball back. Now they clear ball downfield towards middle. Looks like OP has possession back on Ness. He passed the left bridge. It was a kind of a high pass there. Looks like he goes back to a pass on right bridge. Goes for a shot, and it gets deflected by Purple. That was a tough block there, I gotta say. That was a very nice moment. Very good look for that goalie there.
That was an insane save, Finto.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this goalie work is coming in to play a lot more in these smaller goals. You know, it matters a lot more in the 3v3. You just pick a side to dive to. Now you properly need those reaction times, those quick decisions, and it's making an impact.
A little steal from Blazin. Uh-oh, gonna rotate up to the top of this corner here, slaps down to his teammates. A nice cross to Twiz, jukes over to the side, tosses to Blazin, the shot on goal, and it's in for the likes of Eclipses.
A bit slow scoring to start. 2 minutes passed already, but it's nice to get that first on the board. If you can just play that defensive game from now on, Eclipses are in a nice position.
Well, through the sewers here as the offensive rollout comes through from Overpowered. See if they can get something going on their own offensive push. Velocity with a nice cross to P-Mills.
Very nice pass towards the net there. They just got to get a hold of the ball there. Good ball movement on him. Ball dribbling down court. He loses possession of ball. He gets tackled. Looks like Purple is still fighting for the ball here. They're struggling, trying to get a good look on the ball. Looks like OP goes for the ball, and half for the almost full of the Purple team goes for the ball there. That was a very nice shot. They almost missed. I mean, I can see it. I mean, these teams are struggling very well with the smaller goals. It's a 1v2 and goal, and he shoots and he scores. That was a
play!
Yeah, and I mean, we can continue to talk about teamwork all we want, but every now and again, a player will just bring out an excellent play like that, running past, I think, 3 different defenders there to get that goal all on their own.
Really nice little juke. In the carving, something that I think is so hard to do in this game that these players have so quickly mastered Velocity.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome that these teams have been practicing probably like most of their time, but looks like Pink's going for the ball here. They're being very aggressive at this moment. Looks like Brando's going for the ball in middle. He's going on Ness, trying to get a good look. Never mind, he's below Ness. He looks like he runs out of boost. He needs to scoop up some boost here. Looks like OP has ball. He clears ball downfield. Looks like Purple's rushing for the ball here. They go down middle. He goes for a look in some sort of way, and it looks like it gets intercepted by Red.
Good defensive intercept there as we brawl around in the sewers for possession. P-Mills able to scoop it up, but quickly slapped away. The defense goalie pushes out to interrupt what could have been a dangerous setup on goal. Still floating around in their zone, but it will be Eclipse's Overpowered working it away down into Eclipse's zone. OP Quake, Flocka looking for the cross to Mills, and a beautiful 1-2 punch finds the goal.
And every now and again, if you keep having shots, those crosses, those passes, you may miss quite a lot, but all it takes is one good catch and then one good shot to find that goal.
The arena revs up again.
Yeah, good look for Twiz here. Going down right side. He hits that little ceiling carve too. A pass to his right teammate, and it's a little low there. Now, red clears ball downfield. It looks like purple's rushing for the ball here. They're fighting for the ball here. It looks like pink goes for the ball. He gets an awesome steal, and he barely misses the goal. That was a tough shot there. It was like a 1v3 moment.
Would have loved to see that steal. That would have tied this up 2-2, but the time is ticking now with 30 seconds left. Simple has an open goal, and they're going to find the second point they need, Finto.
Wow.
Yeah, it's those split-second decisions that make the difference. You realize the defenders are all behind you, but they're going to catch up quick. You have to take your chances with the long shot, and it paid off.
Amazing juke right there towards middle. He's going left side, trying to find a good look for one of his teammates. Looks like OP gets a good hit on Purple. Looks like Purple gets possession of the ball back. It looks like they're fighting for a very aggressive moment. It looks like a 3v1 moment there. Or a Twiz is taking ball on left side. They're both fighting for the ball, the mercy of the ball here. They clear ball downfield. Good look on pink here.
All the way downfield, all the way to the goal, almost off the backboard. Flocka was trying to play the rebound for a moment there. Couldn't quite get it. Does block the clear pretty nicely, but it will get scooped up by Jack, so it's A-OK. Still in control. Well, not anymore. P-Mills with a nice intercept. Blazing able to fend off what could have been a pick and a roll up through the middle, and instead tries to clear through what is 5 defenders. Says, well, maybe I'll go around. Maybe I'll spin around. Maybe I'll do a 360 and try and get past Simple Loves, but they can't.
A lot of turns here. Looks like they go for a long shot and it hits Nest. That's a very unlucky moment. Good look though. Looks like the crazy jukes down middle. 1v1 moment and it gets blocked by OP. Amazing block by OP. He clears ball downfield. It looks like Twiz is trying to go for the ball. Now Blazin has his ball. 1v2 goes for the shot and he gets blocked. He gets punched. I mean, this is a rough moment here. Like I would hate to be getting punched like this, but I mean, both teams have to fight for the ball. I mean, it's very aggressive. I love to see it. I love to see it.
Yeah, the tackles are huge in this high-tier gameplay, and I say high-tier just because we're into a tournament. These teams are pretty dedicated to get to this point. You have to go into an experimental build to be able to practice, and to be this good in the 4v4 is definitely impressive to me. Finto, as that goal goes in from OP.
And right in the depths of overtime, they kept on taking attempts. Both teams seeming like they had a shot at it, but OP finally getting that last pass off to find the winning goal.
Let's make sure I have rounds right, because it does look like we still have more action here in this best of 5. So we'll give a round to OP. We'll assume Eclipse has 2, and I don't know if that's accurate, but for now, we'll think it is. And, I mean, Vinto, is this what you anticipated for NA? It's a lot like what we're seeing at the high level for OCE and EU.
Yeah, already, even at these early stages of the tournament, we're seeing some great passing plays come in. You see, just as they get close to that ball, passing off the ball to their teammates, passing around, keeping those defenders on their toes. They end up diving the wrong way. You get an open goal and you shoot. And, that's a lot of what we saw from those top EU teams that really gave them that edge, that advantage over their competitors. And it's a bit of what we're seeing now.
Yeah, the open goals getting landed, the good defensive work, Finto. Like you said, the aggressive defense, I feel like, is a style you have to really deploy here. You got to go after the offense a little bit.
Yeah, because if you sit for way too long and then they get a chance, they get to shoot, you need to get aggressive, force their decision, and get that ball out of their hands. But it looks like we're ready to see some more action.
The ball is in play.
Into round number 4 of this best of 5. OP taking one from the depths of overtime. And into a little bit of a brawl through midfield we go.
Looks like Brando is trying to fight for the ball here. He clears the ball downfield. It looks like OP now has possession on ball. He loses possession of the ball. They got to get better ball handling here, but it's okay because they still have possession of the ball. 1v1 moment for a look, and it gets deflected by Blazin. Very good look for Blazin there. I mean, they are punching. They do not want the opponent to get the ball. I mean, this is an amazing moment. Very close matches.
Yeah, aggressive with their tackles, trying to get up into the face of the offense, not even letting them get close to the goal. They don't want them to get that 1v1 goalie opportunity, but Flocka's going to find it anyway, and into the corner they go.
Taking advantage of that taking advantage of that toss-up. Not quite the win yet, still a bit to go. But yeah, taking advantage of that toss-up, finding that moment and getting that goal. A great solo moment there.
We'll add 1 point to Eclipse as they go up 1-0 on that lock-in. There wasn't, no, that was, sorry, Overpowered. that scored that goal.
Overpowered.
Yeah, apologize. We have to do manual scorekeeping here, including timing, including replays. It's all done behind the scenes. A big shout out to our production team for making stuff like this a possibility. So, otherwise we would be really in the dark without being able to do and track what we have right now. So again, shout out to Wonder and the squad. They're actually live right now on Stream 1, also Stream 3, live with Gibular Bob and Martini. So do go check out everybody that's putting in a hard effort into the casting and production of this fantastic NA Swiss bracket. As we do kind of just fiddle around here, Velocity is OP by time.
Looks like both teams are trying to get a good look on their teammates. Looks like goal's wide open. He's trying to get a good look. He's good juke there, insane juke. It looks like Purple now has possession back on the ball. I mean, that's amazing punching move strategies there. He clears ball downfield. They have ball in sewers. Balls in sewers. They're going downfield. Open goal, and he shoots and he scores. That was an amazing goal.
Amazing. You can
And that is
feel
going
that
to
one
be an
coming,
even or
friends.
1-1 as we head to the second half. 2 minutes 30 on the clock. A good open goal there, and I guess that's what happens when you try and send all your players up front for a strong attack. You've got no defense at all.
Yeah, it's definitely risky, but a play that you can deploy. It's like in the game of hockey. You pull your goalie for a little extra in those final moments, but when you do it in the middle of a round, sometimes it leaves you exposed. OP still going to stack up 4 here on the attack, still looking to push that ball through and can't quite get it. The scramble back to defense begins as a big clear comes in from the likes of Eclipse.
Looks like Pink is taking the ball down sewers.
Uh-oh.
1v1 moment here. Big opportunity for a goal, and he scores. Amazing goal by
There we go. Turns it around quickly. Disadvantage of sending players to try and attack, get on the offensive for Eclipses. They just
Balls
left
in
that
motion.
completely open, only one goalie, and they couldn't quite dive the right way.
Nice intercept by Quake to keep the ball a little bit scrambled and disrupt the Eclipse's offense. 2-point lead here for Overpowered. They're looking to stack on a couple more points as the clear all the way down into the corner comes through, and here comes the entirety of Eclipse. Everyone's stacking up, looking to pile on another round in this best of 5 as we brawl for ball control on the top of the floor in the corner.
Yes, I gotta say, they're all stacking up on the ball. They are not letting the opponents get possession of this ball. I mean, they're all fighting mercy for this ball. Good ball movement here. 1v1 moment in goal. Goes first shot, and he scores. Amazing goal by Pink. That's a little run right there they have.
Yeah, and I'm just reeling from these solo goals on the Overpowered
resumes.
side. They are impressive to watch.
It's the juking, it's the carving, it's stuff I love to see. A mastery of the mechanics at the basic level lead to really impressive feats in a game like this. It's the sign of a good developer from my perspective. AA definitely know what makes a fun competitive game, and these mechanics definitely lend themselves to a high skill gap. There's a lot you can do to outplay and outperform your opponents, and we'll see if we can get a little outplay here from TwizGod, scooping up the intercept, slapping down to the midfield, shot on goal denied with a beautiful save.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say the defense these past few games from this team has been amazing. I mean, they're all very aggressive. He's on left side. A 1v1 moment here, and the ball gets denied. It looks like OP is trying to go for the ball. Pink now has possession of the ball. They're going towards middle, trying to think of a way they're gonna get the strategy for the goal. He's on left side. He's on Nest. He's going for a pass here, and it gets denied because he gets punched. I mean, they are not letting the opponents get a ball. I love to see it. Gotta say, gotta
Big
love
steal
it.
here. Gotta love it. Blazin scooping it up, looking for the open goal. Simple Loves is here to defend, and time ends. Overpowered take the round win, and that is a series over. So Overpowered did end up winning that final round. They went up 3-1-2 in this best of 5, and are our round 1 champions here. Finto, quickly your thoughts on what was a pretty good back and forth.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they did take that game pretty strong towards the end, but definitely giving them a proper challenge. It was Eclipses with really strong defense, really gave them a run for their money there in the end, though. Overpowered just having that competitive edge.
Yeah. Velocity, your thoughts?
Very good looks on both teams. I mean, very good passes, pass strategies. They did go through sewers a lot to get very good open goals. I mean, there was a lot of 1v1 moments for open goals, so I loved it. I loved that match. That match was awesome.
Love to see the defensive plays as well, and we're happy to dive into the NA bracket right now as we do get ready for more matches to be generated. We will go to a brief break, and when we come back, hopefully it'll be round 2 of the NA bracket. So don't go anywhere, or go check out one of the other live streams right now if you want to pick up on all of the NA action. We'll be back with more in just a few minutes.
Prepare to
Only
start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Go.
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2-way.
Match point. Prepare to
Only
start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Go.
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2-way.
Match point. Prepare to
Only
start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody reinforce?
Go.
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2-way.
Match point.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here and getting ready for round number 2 of the NA Swiss bracket. We thank you for your patience in waiting for us to get into the action. We do have several games getting set up right now across the arena. We're just patiently waiting for everyone to jump into their lobbies. We do have currently almost everyone ready on Quantum OD versus Corporated. I'd like to see if that is going to start soon, but we do have our eyes on several other games, as does the several other streams that are live right now. If you do want to check out another live matchup or check out what's going on in a different arena, a different server, you can by going to VRML Network and observing the other live broadcasts that we have. I think this might be a 3v4, but if it isn't, yeah, you can start. We will dive into the action whenever you're ready. If you have a fourth, I don't know. Oh yeah, go ahead, start. We will dive into round number 1 of, let me update our team names. What is this? Quantum OD versus Corporated. Thank you all for tuning in, hanging out, and Velocity, I mean, how have you been feeling so far about the NA bracket?
I mean, it's been very awesome. I mean, I'm excited. I'm here. I'm excited that the viewers are having a good time watching us. I mean, I was talking in the chat, cooperating with them for a little bit. I'm excited to watch this match, though. I mean, it's round 2, so it's gonna get a little bit more aggressive, and I'm excited. Did I hear you say it's gonna be a 3v4 moment here?
I can't believe my
No, I think they do have the full team. I do have to also update our scoreboard here. I do believe Quantum is on the blue side and Incorporated is on the red. I do also want to start the clock as we are into our round here, so do give me some time. As Toast, another long shot going into the goal.
Right up the goal moment.
For Quantum. Yeah.
Looks like Purple just having possession of the ball. Looks like they're gonna go down to the sewers. Trying to think of a moment they're gonna take care of their own left side, going towards left bridge on to Ness. They're going for a shot moment, and he shoots and he scores. Amazing goal by Purple.
It's in.
Let me double check our rosters, but keep going. We're into the action now, round 2 here.
Looks like Toast is trying to think of a moment. He's sitting there circling around, keeps circling around,
The arena
thinking what he's
rips up
gonna
again.
do. He's on left side. He has 3 opponents on him. He's trying to think of a moment, but he gets punched by Purple side, and it hits Mound. It goes straight up into the air. Ducky clears ball downfield. Open goal, and then Yellow takes possession of the ball back.
I do have the teams accurately, so Quantum OD is on the red side, Incorporated are on the blue side, and looks like Quantum OD looking for the push-up, looking for the play, looking to scoop up another point on the board, and they will pile on for a 3rd point for Quantum OD on the red side.
Looks like they're gonna have to step up their defense a little here. I mean,
We're back on
there's
it.
already like 4
Here we
goals
go.
in total for both teams combined, and they shoot and they score. That was an amazing deep
It's
score.
in.
What do you think
Big
about
shit.
that? Nice.
I love the stack we saw right there, Velocity. That was a beautiful little triple stack that got them the momentum they needed. You're seeing Toast trying to get the momentum in a similar way, circling
And
around
we're
the
back.
back line, grabbing up these boosts, and then trying to get that pass up to Flix, but the pass goes a little bit wide, so Flix has to redirect back to Yen, and Quantum OD looking to answer back from that Gorse goal. A huge clear, a near shot on goal, but it's going to go a little bit to the far side. Flix should be there in time, scoops up a full canister of boost, and will be able to work their way up through the midfield, the toss down into the sewers, and here we go to the 1v2, pushing up from Toast, trying to juke through, and what a beautiful swing around to find the goal.
Wow, that was a beautiful goal by Toast there. Amazing jukes. It looks like they're stacking here. They've been trying to get a good pull off on this goal. They're on the left side getting a look, and it looks like Flix now has possession back on the ball, dribbling ball down court, trying to get a look on his teammate in Mound. He passes to Toast and Mound. He's now on. Oh my gosh. Sorry for the stutter there, and he hits the goal by backwards. That was an amazing, outstanding goal there.
I think that was a self goal. I think they came in trying to defend and knocked it in themselves, unfortunately, on the Corporated side. They do get a chance, though, to get up on the offense. They've had some good offensive rollouts, really strong offensive rollouts, and the shot on goal there gets scooped up by Flix again. A great save to keep their team in the lead. 5-2 right now in round 1. A pretty high-scoring game to kick things off for round 2.
I mean, I've seen a lot of good goalie moments. I mean, they've got a good little, sorry for the stutter. They got a lot of good goalie moments with the scoops. I mean, a lot of interceptions here. Looks like a 1v4. Toast is 1v4ing them in that moment. They're trying to get possession of the ball to give to his teammates. Looks like Toast is fighting for the ball, mercying for the ball. Looks like Flix now has ball. 1v1 moment, and he shoots and he scores. Amazing goal by Flix on the yellow team. I mean, that was an amazing goal. I gotta say, gotta love all these goals right here. I mean, they're scoring pretty well. I mean, very quick.
Live once more.
We definitely have a bit of a different color scheme, so I would refer to the sides of red and blue if you can, because I don't see any yellow in here as Flix pushes up. Corp gonna miss the goalie defense there, and a shot into Quantum OD. 7-2 now.
Nice goal from Quantum. Looks like
Ball resumes.
Corportated is taking the ball down. Now Red now has ball back down the field. Looks like Purple now has possession, fighting for the ball. Looks like a 2v2 moment here, and ball goes up in the air. Looks like Yin clears two nests, then he shoots, and he gets deflected by goalie. Very good, insane goalie moment there. I mean, I gotta say, I gotta love these goalies. I mean, they're working very hard trying to keep that ball from going in the goal.
Yeah, they're doing a wonderful job on the back line. The 4v4 really allows for the goalie to stand out, and Toast just dribbles through for the mercy. Quantum OD put a point on the board early, and it felt like Corporated came out a little stronger than that in the start of the round velocity, but then Quantum OD really started to flex, and you know, the good rollouts got them early points, but this was a high-scoring game. I think maybe the most goals I've seen scored in a game. I mean, 8 points locked in for the win here from Quantum is a lot of goals scored in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they scored pretty quick. Good ball movement, unselfishness. I mean, that was amazing passes. Look at that pass to Ness there, and I mean, I gotta say the passes were very good. Good goals. I mean, look at this 1v1 moment here on the replay. I mean, it was amazing. Mercy's a very outstanding position to be in, especially for your team. I mean, yeah.
Again, the defense standing out a lot in these clips, but also, like you said, the 1v1 moments, the jukes and the carves. I love to see that huge half-moon carve coming in for the goal. And again, the pass work, like you said, really standing out this afternoon as we get ready to dive back into the action. Round number 2 kicking off here. I do appreciate you all stopping in, hanging out, and
we are underway.
Up and by as we do get into a fresh start here, 0-0. The clock hitting fresh 5 minutes. The push coming up. Styles on the same side. Quantum OD on defense now as Drelmer pushes up for the likes of Corporated. Can't quite find the point in, but Dry Cheetah follows up. So does Polar back up. So does Dry Cheetah. And oh my goodness, right in the front of the goal, and they just can't put it through.
Quantum's taking the ball down. Goal wide open. Good, insane goal from S-Toast. I mean, they were speeding down the court with that wide open goal. I mean, they have to stay fast on the court, especially to stop the other team from getting down the court. I mean, that was very impressive. Looks like Polarized on the left side of the court.
Stack. Trying to go for that cross there as Polar, swings around. Using that momentum from their stack, a play they like to deploy. Drellner tries to cross up to the middle, but Flix is there on the defense. The steal comes in from Power, and the open goal shot missed. The follow-up missed. Toast knocks it away.
Good goalie moment from Toast. I mean, the previous game and this game, he's had amazing goalie moments. I mean, he's being very aggressive, trying to get the ball to set up his team. I mean, gotta say, Quantum OD has had 2 impressive games so far.
Yes, they have, as we do get into a nice slam in from the Quantum OD squad. I think
that's their...
Yeah, that was their second one. That was our first. That was our first. We only played 1 round so far, I think. So we're into round 2 now, and they got that 2-point lead as Corp float up top, bouncing over just in front of Toast, and Toast scooping it up for the shot on goal. Is that going to go in? Corp going to get there in time? No, it misses wide.
I mean, that was an impressive goal right there. They just got to be a little bit closer inside the goal. I mean, the goal is a little bit smaller, so it's going to be a little harder to get that ball in the goal. An amazing goal from Quantum OD. That is their 3rd point in 3 minutes in the game. So they're only 2 minutes in the game with the 3 points. They already have a good chance to get another mercy here. Being very impressive to get 2 mercies in a row.
They've got the pace. That's a big shot on, but Flix is there. Tries to steal back, and uh-oh, open goal the other way. Flix and Yen assist the way in, and Quantum OD
I can't believe my
start
optical
to
sensors.
pile on here.
Good rebound right there for Quantum.
Yeah, no kidding.
Looks like Purple's going down through sewers. Looks like he gets punched and Quantum OD now takes possession back of the ball. They are on Nest. He's passing the left side. He goes to the middle. He shoots and it gets deflected and he gets the rebound and puts it back in the goal. Wow, they already have 5 points in the game and they're already 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the game. Wow, they need one more point to get a mercy. That is insane.
Yeah,
Live once more.
they definitely woke up from those 2 points getting locked in early. As Dry Cheetah gets an opportunity, no, it's denied again. The defense and the backside for Quantum makes it so hard for this incorporated team to put points on the board. And as time ticks down, it's, ooh, nice steal coming in there. Open goal, Polar back up, finally gets incorporated their first point. And the chance of mercy gets a little bit less velocity.
Quantum OD must have had a really good round 1 because they came in round 2 very strong.
Drift
I
ball
mean,
frenzy restarts.
looks like.
Well,
Go ahead.
the Mercy 8-3 is definitely a good round 1. And nice pass back over the top there. Does go wide. Power back is going to scoop it up. Flicks there in the midfield. Maintaining possession for Quantum. Yen going to go for the shot up top. Pass back down below. The bounce pass to Flicks. The shot to the top of the goal. The follow-up past Dry Cheetah. That's great teamwork that gets them again back to potential mercy space.
We're back on
I gotta
it.
say,
Here we
Quantum
go.
OD has had like 3 rebound points so far. I mean, it's impressive seeing the rebound moment and a very insane carve into a goal by Corporated. That was a tough move there.
That was a nice S-curve
Looks like Toast.
to get through the back line.
Look like Toast is taking 360 curves here, trying to think of what move he's gonna take. It looks like he's getting pressured by 2 members of the purple team. It looks like he's curving into the goal and he shoots and he scores. Looks like Toast has had a lot of their points so far.
Yeah, no kidding. Some teams
back
really
on it.
rely on that
Here
front
we go.
line. And this is a good stack play. Polar back somehow past everyone, but Flicks is there to interrupt it just in time.
Wow, amazing still right there. Looks like Toast is gonna take the ball down the middle. He shoots and he barely misses. Flicks gets the rebound and he shoots and he scores. And that is a crazy mercy for a Quantum.
Power of sport to unite us across the
Yes,
vast
it is a crazy mercy. Another round
and in the colony.
into their pockets, and it's a best of 5, so they have one more round to go. One more potential mercy. And then we'll move on to maybe another matchup live. But either way, there are multiple streams. If you do want to check out stream 1 over live right now on this channel, VRML Network. We also have stream 3 with Martini and Gibular Bob. There's a lot of great commentary for you to tune into, but obviously also us live right here on stream 2. And we do appreciate you stopping by if you are hanging out and hopefully enjoying the action this afternoon. I mean, I sure am. Velocity, I don't know how you... This is so far been, again, I just like watching Orion Drift. I'm really starting to get... and enjoy the nuance of the carving and the really advanced juke plays.
Yeah, I mean, I love the new map that VRML got the chance to have. I mean, the 4v4 court.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome watching 4 people on the court on 2 teams. I mean, it looks like Quantum OD had 2 mercies in a row. I mean, that's a very impressive. You don't really see many teams out of the hundreds and 50s of teams. I mean, there's 150 teams. And you're not going to see 2 mercies in a row a lot.
Yeah, that's a solid job from them. As Yen gonna go up front, misses wide. A nice shot on goal that goes a little bit high, slapped away. But Flicks is there in the midfield, keeps possession for Quantum OD, keeps them going forward momentum. A nice cross pass to Stost. They're gonna look for maybe a little bit of a push up into Flicks' quarter there. Up to Yen to the top, the shot down. No, the swat over to Toast. Toast crosses through over the top of Dry Cheetah. Lovely shot coming in to put OD up early again.
Wow, I mean, very quick, very
Drift ball
precise
frenzy
moment
restarts.
there. Looks like Toast is gonna get the punch and get the rebound of the ball. Insane fumble there. It looks like Toast is gonna take it on right bridge. He shoots and he gets deflected by goalie. Very good moment there for the goalie. He is playing very strong, trying to keep the ball from going in that net. Looks like Purple's taking the ball right side. It's going down right corner. It looks like Yellow misses. It looks like Quantum misses the goal. And Quantum now gets possession back of the goal. He is on right corner. He's going to try to take a good move here for OD here. Looks like Flicks has the ball. He's going towards middle, and he gets hit by purple.
Yeah, Polar on the back there, getting a little bit of a disrupt. Toast, knowing they have the lead, just kind of buys time. They don't need to force the pressure, but Yen is going to force the issue. A nice tackle on the back line. Disrupts and prevents that score from coming in. Toast tries to go in for a second attempt on goal, but into the corner we go as the 3v1. Definitely forcing out the defense. They clamor back to get into that goal as Flicks looks for the setup, looks for the cross pass. Yen just a little bit too far.
It looks like Quantum has very good team game knowledge. I mean, their knowledge in this game, they're unselfish. I mean, they've been probably playing as a team for a while now. I mean, you can kind of tell. It'd be very impressive. It's very impressive. Looks like Corporate is gonna try to get the ball. It looks like Quantum gets the interception. Toast has ball in the middle. It's gonna look like he's trying to get a pass here. He's trying to get a move. He gets tackled by Corp. It looks like Toast goes for a shot and he scores. Amazing goal by Toast.
What a goal!
Yes.
The juke through the double there was real nice. You can see on the replay, goes up to the 1v1. Drelmer gets an opportunity, but tackled quickly.
Toast has amazing stats this round. It looks like Flicks has possession of ball. He hits the bottom. He passes ball towards Mound, middle of Mound. Looks like Toast is going to try to take it to the left side. Trying to think of what move he's going to take. Maybe he's trying to waste some time here. Looks like he's going to go on Nest. Looks like a 1v2 moment, and he shoots and he scores. Oh my goodness. Toast has crazy
That was
stats.
amazing!
He is amazing.
Getting up into the front line.
We're
Yeah,
back
now he's
on
going to
it.
try and interrupt.
Here we go.
Gets the intercept and almost scoops up the ball. Corp there does get scooped up from Toast, and Corp now fending off what is a very aggressive midfield presence from the likes of Quantum OD. They're feeling good with multiple points on the board here in round number 2, or 3, excuse me, looking to lock in their best of 5. They don't really want to allow Corporated into this series, and well, if they score enough points here, Corp could keep this thing going, could take us to a round 4, a round 5, where we would eventually have a winner, but I don't know. Quantum OD with 2 mercies. At some point, the OD squad tends to kind of go into overdrive, quantum overdrive, dare I say, and score a couple of points. Here comes Yen trying to get a few points, but a nice stack push from Polar gets them up for the intercept.
Time's ticking for Corporated. I mean, they're going to have to step up the game here, but it looks like they're doing very good now. Toast got the interception. It's a 1v1 moment in the goal. It looks like he shoots and he scores. Oh my goodness. Toast is balling this game. Very impressive. Looks like Corporated is going to try to take a move here. They're trying to think of a game plan. Looks like Corp's on the back of Polar. He goes up in the air, trying to get a regrab possibly. He gets hit by Yun. Looks like they're fighting very aggressive for this ball. Corporated's time is ticking, so it looks like they're going to have to step up the game here. And he shoots and he scores. Crazy goal for Corporated. I mean, they needed that. I mean,
You're right.
40 seconds left of this game.
Yeah, time is definitely ticking. These big circle arounds coming in from the backside from Quantum definitely kills some time. As Toast can look to answer back very quickly. Ball flutters in past Drelmer. You saw them in the replay reach out to scoop it up, but just miss it. And with 15 seconds left, I just don't think they have enough time, especially if Toast is going to get possession again.
Looks like Quantum's going to try to get another goal here. And it looks like Toast gets another goal here. Very impressive game. I mean, Toast has been balling these 3 rounds. I mean, looks like Corporated has lost this round. They spiked ball down.
Here we go.
Looks like he got a little mad there, but it's okay.
They know their fate. It was a 5-1 round 3. I think they kind of had
They
resigned.
still have more
effectively.
tournaments left, so they can get better as a team, possibly.
Yeah, more tournaments and even obviously a lot more rounds in this tournament. So
Yeah.
plenty left ahead of us. We're going to take a quick break, see if we can jump into another game. And when we come back, more action in front of you. So don't go anywhere, or go check out one of the other VRML Network streams live right now. Welcome back, everybody. A quick break as we do set up for a few rounds, maybe 1 or 2 more in this best of 5 between Control and Tax. Like we said, we have 8 games played in a server with 50-plus games being played at the same time right now each round. It's a tremendous, huge tournament that we really appreciate everyone stopping by in and participating in. But we are now ready to dive into round number 3, we'll guess, of Control versus Tax. And again, Velocity. This has just been a really impressive and like we're seeing some teams really stand out. Obviously, that last squad that we just tuned into, I'm already blanking on the name. Fun to tune into. You're seeing the teamwork, you're seeing the coordination come in. We're about to see some more of that as we do get ready to jump back into more action-packed. We'll give teams both 1 round and assume that's
Like
where
a
we're at.
supernova, the
As
game
we dive into
explodes
round
into
number
action.
3 between Tax and Control. Tax on the blue team, Control on the red.
Yeah, I mean, round 3, this is where it starts getting real. Both teams are very, very good, and it's going to start getting nervous for both teams here, and it looks like we already got a goal
They
from
score.
Tax.
Yep, indeed. Tax. No, Control.
The arena revs up again.
Putting a point
Oh,
up.
that was my bad.
Yeah, it's okay. A nice score there for Control as the bounce back over to the open goal. Ooh, a big investment in the push up forward there.
That was a
Lala
really...
gonna get that.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Lala gonna get that ball up top, and then Reactor looking for a little bit of a retrieval. Zion, Ignite gonna scoop up down into the bottom of the sewers, and we're gonna go for a little bit of a tussle. Tax gonna slap it away. Maybe an opportunity to cross to Mechanical Brilliance. They take it home themselves for the first point for Tax to go 1-1.
Wow, that was amazing teamwork for that first point for Tax.
We're back on it. Oh, here we go.
Very quick points for both teams. It looks like he's going for a 1v1 moment and a very good goal for
That's
Control.
it.
That's their
That's
second
it.
point.
I
What
can't
do you
believe
think
my
about their
optical
2 points
sensors.
very quick in the round, Knight?
Yeah, that was a very fast
And
maneuver.
we're
We're
back.
seeing some good stacks coming in from both of these teams, and it's kind of what I expected, a bit of a quick pace from squads that are starting to get into a bit of a rhythm. A nice cross pass there. The shot on goal misses. There's the shot from Tax Tinu, and it goes just a touch high. Rakatter with a great bit of defense fends it off, and Lala gets the clear.
Amazing clear right there. Looks like they go to left side. They're both playing very aggressive at this time of the match. It looks like ball goes to middle. He shoots, and it gets deflected by goalie. Very good goalie moment there. Looks like Purple now has possession of ball back. Looks Reactor is going for a pass to left bridge, and it's... Oh, they still got the pass off. It looks like Rexy missed the pass a little bit there, but it's okay. Looks like R8 clears ball downfield. What do you think about this match so far, Knight? It's going very well. I mean, they're both fighting for the ball. Close match, too.
Yeah, I definitely agree. These teams seem pretty equally matched. We're seeing really good defensive plays coming in from both squads. Big defensive highlights from the goalies that are saving these balls from going in. Here comes a big move, a nice dribble, toss to the toss, off the bounce. No, they were hoping to get that top backboard bounce down into one of their players, but instead, Rakatter is there on the corner to fend it off, clear it back out. But into the hands of Mechanical Brilliance. A nice tackle there from Rakatter. Mechanical Brilliance follows it up, almost has an opportunity to slap it into the corner, but it gets out cleared into the midfield.
You don't see many deep shots like there that Control took. Looks like R8 is going for the shot. He shoots, and it gets deflected by goalie. They might have got the rebound and own goal there. It looks like an own goal there,
I
didn't it?
can't believe my optical sensors.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when you're really kind of going crazy
just
trying
like
to swat and
4 players.
scoop the ball out.
Looks like he gets punched. It looks like Orange clears ball downfield. It looks like Reactor is trying to push the ball. It looks like RT is both pushing the ball. It looks like RT has an open goal. Never mind, the goalie in goal. It looks like Rexy got the interception right there. It looks like Rexy clears ball downfield. He throws it straight to Tax, and Tax scores the goal. Wow, that was
Tax up
impressive.
now for the first time.
We're live once more.
Agreed, incredibly solid shot. I forgot to hit the timer, so not quite sure what the time is right now, but sure it's close to the end of, or at least the midpoint here. As Tax does a huge clear. Is that a shot on goal? No, the Halo forces it off a little bit, and Ignite down into the corner, tries to get the slap up to the midfield, can't quite find it. Tinu slapping down to the bottom corner, and we're battling for possession up through the middle. Mechanical tossing up to the corner. Reactor trying to get this clear out to the midfield, down into the sewers. This could be a nice opportunity, but RTB scoops it up.
It's a very close match here. I mean, both teams still have a good percentage of a chance. I mean, he passes the right side. He misses the pass. He still has possession of ball. Looks like Tax has possession of ball. He passes the left side. He gets punched, and Purple now hits the ball to left side. It looks like Orange is trying to get possession of the ball. They're being very aggressive, fighting over this ball. I mean, wow, like, this is amazing. Like, they're both being very aggressive. They are just not letting the other team get the ball. And Mason clear downfield. Looks like Rexy passes the left side. He loses ball control of the ball on that pass. Looks like he shoots.
Oh, and another great save. Wow.
Gets the interception right there.
2 really good saves in a row. Another attempt on goal. Lala finds the corner, finally in control. Tie it up 3-3 right now. Tax not getting an easy round, and we've jumped into a nice bit of a series that's a back and forth, it seems. RTB with a beautiful wall carve tries to toss it over to Mechanical Brilliance, but instead it's into Lala's hands. They're going to get a chance now to work up through the midfield. Maybe the one-on-one, the dribble coming in. RTB takes the shot, and RTB follows through for the goal. No, Lala finds it in.
Amazing rebound right there. I gotta love that right there. I mean, that's just good teamwork. I mean, good talking. I bet they're having very good conversations in the game and all that.
I think that is the end of the round.
Wow.
Yeah, that's goes to Control by a slice. When we go into that overtime and then Control puts it in, it's, well, I'm going to assume 2-1 right now. As Tax are still in lobby, these teams still playing against each other. I don't think that was their first round played when we did jump in, so I'm assuming that we've had at least 1 or 2 already played. Because again, we have multiple games live at the same time right now, up to 50 games that are getting played out across this tournament all at the same time. It's pretty awesome, and also maybe one of the biggest tournaments that we've hosted in the VRML. So it takes a lot of effort. So hats off to the mod team, hats off to everybody that's putting in the work. We've got multiple live streams right now, multiple producers, and multiple rounds to jump into. Velocity, just like we're about to hop into another one here.
Yeah, I love the very close match. I mean, it's third round, so it's going to get very competitive and very scary for both teams. Here we go with the start of the third round, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Starting of the third round, we'll reset the scores and dive into the action in the midfield.
Already being very aggressive, trying to fight for the ball, just not letting the other team get the ball. Looks like Purple tried to clear the ball downfield, but it gets hit by Cloud. It looks like Rexy's trying to get ball control. He's kind of being very loose with the ball. He just needs to get better ball control, but it's okay because this game has just started and they both still have chances to win this match. Oh my goodness, the stutter. I'm sorry.
You're all good. Tax floating up top, and RTB7 able to scoop up that ball and work along the outside. Mercator in the face, forcing the pass to the midfield. The trio with a good tackle there. Ignite allows Tax to keep working up. Tinu does get swatted away, and here comes the retake, the repush from Ignite scoops it up, keeps the offense going for Tax Squad, trying to get this first point through the board. We've had 1 minute already on the clock down, and not a point has been scored. Maybe that's about to change. No, a beautiful tackle on the defensive end. An unfortunate float up to the midfield, and a non-clear as Lala carves the wall, looks for a chance. Tax doesn't find it. RTB can't deny it. Zion and Ignite can't deny it, and Control take an early point.
That was a beautiful behind the back goal. I mean, as the past 2 rounds we've casted and streamed, I mean, we have not seen as much as a close match as this is. This has got to be the most team-equaled match we have seen so far. I mean, this is awesome. Looks like he passes the left side on bridge. Looks like Rexy tries to pass ball down. He loses ball control. Tex clears the ball downfield. It looks like Oh is trying to get a juke right there. It looks like he's going to try to pass off right side, and he gives the ball back to Rexy. It looks like Rexy has given the ball back to Lala. Good ball movement here. Very good communication probably here for both teams. He passes right side to Rexy. It looks like Rexy loses ball control. Oh, never mind. He hits Lala. Lala grabs the ball. It looks like Orange clears the ball downfield. It looks like Rexy gets possession of the ball back. He shoots, and it barely gets missed by the goalie. Very impressive goal. Very impressive goalie maneuver there.
You love to see the defense coming alive here as they continuously get attacked. Multiple shots on goal that don't go through, and Tinu Gonna try and work this one up along the sideline, not through the sewers, as Rexy intercepts. Jukes finds the opportunity with a nice dribble and a pass, and that's a beautiful 1-2 punch to put a point on the board for Control.
I gotta love the unselfishness and the good passes. I mean, what do you think about the good passes that these two teams have had so far?
Yeah, I don't think at this stage, when you're trying to compete for the first ever VRML tournament championship with a decent amount of cash prize pool on the line, that you're too worried about who scores the goals. Nice pass there. Gets one in, and another point for Control as they go up 3-1. And yeah, I just think they're happy if they can get a point. So if anyone's open, if there's an opportunity to score a goal, they are taking it.
Yeah, as long as you can get that ball and hit your teammate with that wide open goal, you're going to take as much as a big opportunity as you can. I mean, this is the Pioneer Cup here. It's VRML, guys. Looks like...
Nice little swing around from Mercader, trying to work up through the midfield. Wall cars off the top, takes the shot to the side, and it goes a little bit wide.
Looks like Orange is going to take the ball down. Tax has ball. He passes to himself off right side. He goes for the pass on left side. It looks like Rexy gets the interception. It's a 1v1 moment here. He has to go really fast down this field. He shoots and it's barely missed by RT87 with a very good deflection on goal. Looks like he scores. No, not score. He shoots from a deep pass. Looks like Lala gets the deflection. Very good, impressive, fast maneuver to the goal to keep the opponents from scoring.
Really nice push there from Lala, and yeah, not easy to do, to get the momentum you need, to get the stack speed you need, to get back there in time. A nice slap over, though, to Rexy. A beautiful cross to Dwagan, and they're going to look for the 1-2-3. No, not into the goal. I like to see the back and forth on the passing to try and throw off your opponent there, but obviously adds complexity to the play. And Tinu now in control, going to do a little bit of pass work themselves. Knight going to toss up to the corner off the top wall onto the halo and interrupted by Lala. Full clear back. Is that a shot on goal? I think it might be. No, it goes a little bit wide. Oh, now it is.
And he gets the rebound. Nice goal there by Control, correct?
Yep. Control keeps piling on at this point.
These are two very good teams, so it looks like it's going to be very hard for both any of the teams to try to get back on goal and try to get the blocks. Looks like both teams are trying to compete for the ball here. Looks like Reactor's taking ball down. Looks like he's going to get a pass to Rexy on right side. Looks like Rexy gets punched. He gets the rebound. Reactor might have a chance to score right here, and it looks like RT gets possession of the ball and clears ball downfield. Wow, very good defensive movement there for Tax. I gotta say it. Love the defense.
And I do think...
Wow, amazing goal there for Control.
Yeah, that is the end of the round. As they juke it around in the end of the series, as we did get the round wins right. Control end up taking the victory in this best of 5. And we take a little bit of a break. Get ready for more games ahead of us, because I do think that may be one of the last games to be played in this round 2 bracket. So get ready for more. Round 3 coming up. Don't go anywhere. We're deep into NA, and you're not going to want to miss out on what's coming up, because it's only going to get more competitive with undefeated teams joining in, and I can't wait. You're not going to want to miss it. Check out the other live streams, Stream C and the main stream. We've got multiple games at all times live across the VRML network. We appreciate your support. Hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up button. We'll be back.
Prepare to start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Go.
Spud in the bottom, going absolutely crazy, getting the 2-way.
Match point.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in and enjoying the action this afternoon. An unfortunate reality today is that because of the size of this tournament, with over 50 teams participating, we have run into, again, technical difficulties. We're not sure where the issue lies specifically, whether it's with a tool or with the website, or because of there's so many teams playing in this tournament, we're really not sure. But we do appreciate the support of Another Axio and everyone that has come out to play in this tournament, and we want to do right by everybody that has participated, so we'll do our best to reschedule the NA half of the Pioneer Cup. And you know, at the end of the day, it's a good problem to have. There's so many folks interested in playing Orion Drift at a competitive level that we are breaking tools and systems designed to host tournaments at scale. We went through OCE, we went through EU. We had 48 teams in EU and had a fantastic bracket there. So, you know, we know it's possible. It's just a matter of figuring out what is breaking and where we can find those solutions. So for now, we are going to end our broadcast here and across the VRML network. We're going to say thank you so much for doing your best to participate in this Pioneer Cup on the North American side. And like I mentioned, we'll do our best to reschedule the NA half of the Pioneer Cup so you can play potentially next weekend or a following weekend, and we'll have a good time. Regardless, Velocity, we had some great matchups here today. Like, it was still fun to tune into, and I still had a good time on the broadcast.
Yeah, that was fun. I gotta say, I appreciate the viewers watching the stream. Hopefully y'all join in. We're posting an announcement on the rescheduler, correct?
Yeah, we'll put that out as soon as we have it, but for now we do have to call it quits over here on the VRML network. So thank you all for tuning in. When we have more info, we will get it out to you, so keep your eyes peeled on the announcement channels. But for now, my name is Ben, Nightfire with 2 E's, my co-caster Velocity. We'll see you all next time, maybe next weekend, with more Orion Drift. Orion Drift.